evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. It is once again time to go racing, and it is season finale time for XCAL as they go to the big oval at Charlotte. We saw a chaotic little oval last week, but this week ought to be clean, fast, a lot of drafting, and a lot of strategy coming into play. Also, the longest race in XCAL history tonight. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Hope you're ready for a night of very exciting racing and some, not only is the racing exciting this week, but quite a few exciting events have occurred this week that you guys definitely need to hear about. So let's start talking to some of the drivers involved, starting with Brent Mekas, who, Brent, you had a huge merch drop this week.
I did. Did you get to check it out, Dougie? That's probably one of the coolest shirts I've seen in the web shop I'm really excited about it.
I absolutely love the layout. It looks awesome, and honestly, since I always stream and broadcast in a tank top, that tank top looks awfully nice.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, it took me all season, but I finally got my merch drop. I'm excited about it. Trying to get a bunch of people excited about it on Facebook and stuff. I mean, that's some dope shirts.
It is, and my girlfriend and I love doing puzzles, and I just noticed the 520-piece jigsaw puzzle. That is really cool as well. That might be one we have to get.
That'd be awesome. So, yeah, I'm excited. This is the longest race we have for XCAL, which would be pretty cool. Gonna be an interesting one. Lots of strategy, but you know what? Anybody's game. Never know. Maybe I can get a winner's circle on there too.
Man, I certainly hope so. Good luck tonight, Brent. You have had an awesome season, and looking forward to seeing how the rest of tonight goes.
Awesome. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot to everybody out there. Go support me at the web shop. Go support the web shop. I know the broadcast is going to be great tonight. You guys enjoy.
Brent Mekas, a whole bunch of new merch, but rumors abound about another driver / owner coming into this final race. More importantly, going into next season. Joe Campbell, we hear you have an announcement possibly about some of your plans for next year.
Yes, sir. How you doing tonight, Doug, to start off? You doing good? Because I'm doing great.
I am doing awesome, and man, I know Charlotte, definitely your track. We've seen how miracle wins happen here for you, and you can drive through just about anything here.
Yeah, hopefully I won't have to worry about driving through any mess, but if we got to, we'll do what we got to do. As far as 2024, let's just say J&S is going to bring another championship team back. We're going to go for 2 in a row team-wise. We'll be here. I don't know how many cars exactly yet, but we'll have enough to go out there and win that team championship again. Danielle's got that locked up. I can't be happier for her. The guys, everybody that has helped keep that team on top of the board all season, we thank them a lot, and we'll definitely be we'll be back for number 2 next year.
Well, man, it has been an awesome season. Your 75th career start here tonight. You started 22 with a win here. Can you finish 23 with a win here?
I sure am going to try. Earlier this season, I led a lot of laps. Had a great car, just hung out front too much. Got eaten up on the fuel mileage. I learned from it. That was my mistake. I'll get out there, I'll lead a lap, and then you're going to see me go to the back and hang out and get that extra fuel, and we'll see what happens at the end.
Well, man, good luck tonight. Your team has done amazing all season. Congratulations to you and Danny on the team championship, and good luck tonight, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
Going on to another driver owner, Gerald Thanos Poole, coming into tonight, and is just about every position your team is in is locked up tonight. It sounds like it is just a full send kind of night, Gerald.
Yeah, we talked about it before the race. Like I said, we've got a couple positions we can gain, with Lataro and Jared. They can each gain a spot tonight, but I mean, the best way to gain a spot's to win the race. So the gauntlet's down. We're all going for the win, and you'll probably see us work together tough to get that done. So I want to thank Aaron and the Web Shop Series, Butt Kicker for all they do. Go check out the website, www.xcalracing.com. And I'm just ready to go climb in the car and get this thing going.
Huzzah! It is I, King Matt Bear.
Well, good evening to King Matt Bear. I guess, Gerald, he is taking over. Good luck tonight to you guys.
Thank you and congratulations, Matt.
Thank you, brother.
Our new champion, the Mad Bear, in the booth with us. Matt, you have locked up the championship, but my understanding, we're now calling you the king of XCAL drivers.
Yeah, man. When you win the title, you're allowed to call yourself whatever you want to. And I've deemed that I will be called the king until another champion is crowned.
Well, that'll be an interesting 2024 for sure. You've been a one-car team the second half of this season. Really impressive, the run you've had, the wins you've had, the success you've had, being out there with very little to no help. Now you've got this one locked up, some big money coming to you, some big money going to Austin, but next year, what does the picture look like?
Right now, I'm not entirely too sure what the future holds. I may be done, I may not be done. I'm going to be getting into college baseball next year, and I'm going to be umpiring a lot more on the road. So I'm not entirely guaranteed what I'm going to be doing. I'll probably end up running some races, but I do not think, unless I have a teammate that's going to split a car with me, that I'll be hunting another back-to-back title run. But we will be hunting those trophies.
Well, my understanding is we cannot let you go without hearing some bear noises tonight. So, buddy, let's hear King Mad Bear. Give it out.
Well, man, I just want to give a couple shout-outs to Austin for giving me the ride. Either way, I would have won the title if he wouldn't have ended up running the rest of the year. So, either way, one of us was going to win the title. He just happens to be the car owner now. Want to give a shout-out to all the haters out there. Without you, it isn't possible. We will be having some new King Matt Bear merch coming out there. So, even if you can't be a champion, you can dress like one. Also, just give a shout-out to Aaron for putting this on for all these years. This is the third year that I've been a part of it. It's been a great time. So like I said, whether this is the last full-time run or not, we're going to go out here and give it hell tonight. And there's only one thing left to say, Doug. God bless America. God bless the troops. And drivers, start your engines.
Good luck tonight, Mad Bear.
Thank you, brother.
The Mad Bear is ready to go here tonight. Thank you for dropping in, Native Fairy. Good evening, JR. Good evening, Tanya Gleason. Welcome, everybody. And another big shakeup here tonight is in the 00 car. Nick, the college kid, is not here tonight. Another Seams is behind the wheel of the 00 for J&S Racing. Jason Seams takes to the wheel. Let's get our starting lineup up front. Octavio Rondoletto and Joe Campbell on the front row. Matt Bear and Flying Ryan have the second row. Gerald Thanos Poole and Alex Crapser have the third row. Jose Godino, Brett Edgar on the fourth row, Jared Heasley and Brandon Yates rounding out your top 10. Albie Hewen starts in 11th with John Friley in 12th. Cristiano Roca starting in 13th. Jason Seams in his first XCAL race ever starting in 14th. Brent Mekis starts in 15th. Lataro in 16th. Jeremy Leto is back tonight, starting in 17th. Derek Colson back in 18th. And Sean Andrews rounds out the 19-car field here at Charlotte. Now, every year of XCAL competition, they add one extra lap to the race. So tonight, 304 laps around this 1.5 mile track for 456 miles. Good evening, Jared. JR, buddy, that was wild. Good evening, sweetheart. How are you? Earl seems also here cheering on J-Dog and Flying Ryan. So now we are calling Jason Teams J-Dog. I'm making a note of it. Drivers coming through turns 3 and 4, getting ready for the drop of the green flag. 19 cars start this season finale. iRacing pace truck drops in. Aaron Hillebush in the stand. They go on the green tonight. Green flag is in the air there, down and away. The season finale from Charlotte begins. Remember, all these drivers run the same setup. It is a plate track for XCAL, so it is pack racing here tonight. It'll look much like Daytona and Talladega. Everybody's settling in. We know that Joe Campbell wants to get up, lead a lap early, then drop to the tail. Probably going to see a few do it. Looks like the back half of the pack, a few drivers, some problems. Coming off turn 4. Everybody keeps them going the right way, though. Jeremy Leto back in the car tonight. Have not seen Leto since Bristol. Joe Campbell at the front with the push from Flying Ryan. Both of them shooting to lead a lap here. Joe will lead a lap, slide aside, try and let help Flying Ryan get a lap led here for the points. That J&S team has locked up the J&S team championship coming into tonight. So congratulations to J&S Racing. There was a period of time over about a half dozen races or so where Flaming Karma had closed within about 100 points. They were gaining well over 100 points a race on J&S. However, coming into tonight, J&S had a 320-point lead over Flaming Karma. Jeff Edgar's team came on strong late in the season. Fastlane coming in third. The J&S Racing Aces in first. The J&S regular team back in fourth. Interestingly, no Stimulus Racing cars in the field tonight. Flying Ryan goes to the lead, leads a lap. Expect both of these cars to drop back here soon. The rookie Jason Seams currently sits in 13th, up one spot from where he started. Everybody, though, sitting in line for the moment. No need to push it here early. This is the longest race of the season. They have got to be patient to be there at the end. Sean, I love running these cars here too, and I imagine Angie will be running them here in the very near future. Definitely looking forward to that as Flying Ryan drops to the bottom along with Joe Campbell. They are dropping to the tail end. Octavio Rondoletto up to the high side. He is dropping back. And King Mad Bear is taking the lead for the first time tonight. Gerald Denos Poole sits in second. Alex Crapser in third. Brett Edgar in fourth. Jose Godino in fifth. Jared Heasley now up to sixth. Octavio Rondoletto in seventh. Cristiano Roca now up to eighth. John Friley in ninth. Brent Mekas in 10th. Definitely go to the XCAL web shop tonight, tomorrow, whenever. Check out that new sweet Brent Mekas gear. There is so much new stuff. Several shirts, a puzzle, a mouse pad, a flag, and so much more. Brent Mekas, a huge, huge merch drop this week. Alex Crapser also has a merch drop coming later this week, as well as Gerald Poole now goes to the lead. Everybody's swapping out, getting those bonus points here early. A few for the most part, the entire top 10 locked in, except for 10th place. Albie Hewins in the 55 moved into 10th last week. The 43 back into 11th. Lataro back in the 43 this week. Lataro also conveniently right behind the 55 of Albie Hewins. There's only 10 points separating the two of them. Gerald Poole now starting his drop to the back. Alex Crapser now to the lead. The 7 car of Derek Colson, having led a lap, has dropped now to the back. Looks like we're going to see most of this field cycle through to the lead here tonight, as Colson may very well have kissed the wall coming out of 4. Doesn't look like he missed any momentum. No damage on the right side, but man, was he close. Amanda out here cheering on Brent Mekas. Amanda, don't forget to check out the XCAL web shop and all that new Brent Mekas gear. After leading a lap, Brent has dropped back into 10th. While you're watching, don't forget to hit that like, follow, share, subscribe. Most importantly, hit that share. Invite your friends and family. Helps us out, helps the leagues out, helps them continue to grow and get sponsorship to keep running. Don't forget to drop into the comments. Also, let us know who you're cheering for. Or just say hello. We love talking to everybody, and a lot of the drivers do listen. Love to know their fans are in the stands. Colson has led a lap. Jose Godino now headed to the front. Jeff E. also cheering on Brent Mekas. Only one driver in the top 5 has not led yet. That is the 40 of Jared Heasley. He is on his way to the front. And man, what a pretty car that happens to be. And speaking of that car, you note the MS logo on the side of it. Huge shout out to Gerald and Jared for putting that on the cars. Really means a lot to us here, and expect to hear about some upcoming fundraising for the MS Society. Plus, make sure you're following us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube, as we will have some upcoming new broadcast announcements coming. Abraham Barker cheering on. Oh, I am so sorry, Jeff. Cheering on Brett Edgar. My bad. Abraham Barker cheering on Jason Seams as well. Jason now up into 12th. Brett Edgar now up into 7th as well, as we start to see cars cycle through. Brett has led a lap already tonight. Alex Crapser has gone back to the lead, putting Gerald in 2nd, Heasley in 3rd, Octavio in 4th. Cristiano Roca now in 5th. Half of the Flaming Karma team hold the top 5 at the moment. King Matt Bear currently sitting in 6th place. Looks like he's even put a crown on the car. Brandon Yates, Jeremy Leto hanging out at the back for the moment. We also saw Flying Ryan and Joe Campbell drop to the back here early after leading a lap. A large part of this field has already led a lap here tonight. Fuel strategy is definitely going to be an interesting one tonight as well. Everybody on the same setup, so no gearing or other tricks to save fuel here. It's going to be a matter of where you're sitting, how well you conserve fuel in the draft. Hearing somewhere between 80 to 85 laps on a tank of fuel. Looking at about 3 stops here tonight. And green flag stops here at Charlotte can get very interesting very quickly. Brett Edgar holding on to 7th. Brent Meckes now in 8th. John Friley in 9th. Derek Colson in 10th. Jason Seams quietly picking them off one at a time. Seams now up to 11th as Heasley has gone to the high side with a run, trying to get a lap lead here. At the line, Jared Heasley does lead a lap. Heasley got a huge run out of into turn 1 and 2. J-Dog is definitely being patient, working his way through the field, Earl. Joe Campbell has moved up to the high side. He is going to try and take a run, make his way partway back through the field. Looks like Flying Ryan is going to hop out and join him. Out of turn 4, these guys can get a really big run and make a move forward. Albie Hewins, their teammate, right there on the bottom in the 55. Lataro Lamperti right behind Albie Hewins as well. You know that Flaming Karma team knows exactly how many spots ahead of Albie they have to finish for them to reclaim that top 10 in the points. All Albie has to do is keep Lataro in the mirror. Jason Seams has suddenly lost a few spots in the double zero, now dropping back to 14th. Could that be a strategy move as Joe Campbell has run his way all the way to the front with Flying Ryan? You know they were testing to see what they had to do to make the run to the lead. Sean Andrews now up in third. Alex Krapser in fourth, so now J&S holds the top four. Heasley, Gerald Poole, Octavio Rondoletto, Cristiano Roca, all part of that Flaming Karma team. Also in the top 10. Derek Colson up 5 spots into 13th. Seeing a few guys practice that run to the front, but we heard Joe Campbell in pre-race mention the fact that he was up front too much back here in the spring. He would lead some laps, drop to the back. He had done that early on. Looks like he is practicing that run to the front with Flying Ryan. Joe got that crazy win here, the season opener in 2022, wants to close out 2023 with a win, but preferably not as chaotic as that win in 22. Flying Ryan on the high side. Krapser gets a big push from Heasley. Joe stuck out there all by himself for the moment. Won't take Krapser long, though, to reel him in. Joe currently 1 second ahead. Earl, I am sure a lot of real-world drivers do use iRacing for practice, so I'm sure J-Dog's real-world racing skill is going to pay off here. And it looks like 3 of the J&S drivers have hooked up on the high side. Flying Ryan, Sean Andrews, and Jason Seams now hooked up. We saw Flying Ryan and Joe Campbell make that run from the back to the front. Looks like we're going to see if these 3 can do it. Definitely a bit of a momentum advantage, but you have to be careful. Those cars on the bottom not exactly gripping, and that car comes to the outside. As looky here, Joe Campbell now drops to the back. Not a lot of grip down there on the bottom, especially with the car on the high side taking the air off the right side of the car. As Flying Ryan goes back to the lead. Sean Andrews now to second. Krapser in third, Heasley in fourth. And for the first time, now Jason Seams to fourth place on the high side. Flying Ryan drops back with Sean Andrews. Krapser slowing down just a little bit. And Jason Seams, in his first ever XCAL race, goes to the lead. And J-Dog crosses the line and leads his first lap in XCAL competition. Alex Crapser in second. Heasley still hanging out in third with Gerald Poole in fourth. King Bear in fifth. Gerald jumping to the high side. Looks like he is going to drift to the back a little. I can tell you, this Flaming Karma team, they have nothing to lose here tonight. They are going for it. All the drivers trying to go for a win here tonight. But what a night it would be. It has been 2 years since Rockingham, and I believe 2021 was the last time we saw a rookie win their first XCAL race. Could that feat be repeated tonight? Brett Edgar now to 7th. Brent Meckes in 8th. Gerald Poole in 9th. John Friley in 10th. Derek Colson in 11th. Lataro now up to 12th. One of the most contested positions tonight. Lataro 11th in points. Albie Hewins 10th in points. Those two drivers separated by just 10 points. Brandon Yates up on the high side. Brandon Yates, also his first XCAL race here tonight in the 69. Can he get to the front and lead a lap? It does look like all these teams are working together to get as many of their drivers to the front as is possible. Lataro currently in 11th, right on Derek Colson's bumper. As we mentioned, the longest race in XCAL history. These drivers have to be extremely patient. They have to watch their fuel, especially here tonight. Everybody's going to be close on fuel. We might see guys like Matt Bear be able to stretch 1 or 2 extra laps, but it's not going to be a huge amount like we have seen in races past, due to the fact that all these drivers are on the same setup. Plus, you're not going to want to go to pit road alone. Matt Bear, one of the few drivers out here that does not have a teammate, he's going to have to find somebody to work with getting on and off pit road to get some drafting help. Abraham, you are exactly right. Jason Seams definitely went full slingshot engaged, and weirdly, he is pulling away from the pack. Now has a 2 1/4 second lead. And he continues to pull away as they battle back behind. They've settled back in line for the moment with Crapser in second, Heasley in third, Matt Bear in fourth. Heasley was peeking out a few minutes ago. But now Seams has over 2.5 seconds, and that lead continuing to grow. And as Jason crosses the line with that big lead, we're going to take our first commercial break. Don't worry, we'll be back quickly. We'll go side by side. You will not miss a thing. Stay with us, folks. And we are back. Don't forget the Spooktacular event on Halloween, a fun event with cash prizes, free entry. Definitely want to check that out. Go to XCALRacing.com. Good evening, Robert. Steven seems maybe joining the crew next season. And speaking of next season, let's have a quick rundown of some of the silly season rumors going on. The first big one that we have heard this week, we have seen Nick the College Kid and Flying Ryan running with J&S Racing, but one rumor has it that the Seams family will form their own team of at least 4 drivers next season. Wouldn't that be something? Hopefully they go ahead and name their team Bustin' at the Seams, because, yeah, that's the perfect name. Additional rumors we have heard, and this one we heard just today and don't have any confirmation. Joe definitely did not give anything away. We know J&S will be back with a winning team next year. Rumor has it, though, that Joe Campbell may retire from racing at the end of this season, giving up his seat to Danny. Danny, can you confirm or deny that information, or is that still classified? Other rumors do definitely talk about a lot of free agent drivers going into the next season and several new drivers coming in. The word has it that both J&S and Flaming Karma has some new drivers already in testing and training. Sean Andrews having a blinking issue here tonight. He had to start tail into the field due to safety concerns. Last night, Sean Andrews had a problem in his heat. He ended up winning his heat, but blinked as he crossed the start-finish line, and on the final lap, he disappeared going into turn 1, didn't reappear till turn 3. He got a new modem coming into this race today, but obviously it has not made a huge difference. Hopefully he can make it to the end of the race. Oh, and meanwhile, Jason Seams has pulled out to a 3-second lead, but Derek Colson now in second, hooked up with Sean Andrews and Alex Krapser, have started closing the gap just a little bit. Don't forget to hit like, follow, share, and subscribe. Help us out. Help out XCAL. It helps everybody out when you hit that like, follow, and subscribe button. But when you hit that share button, your favorite driver gets 5 extra horsepower. And in these street stocks, that extra horsepower makes a huge difference. Jason Seams still a 2.8 second lead. The rest of the... Here's how big Jason Seams' lead is. The rest of the pack could fit within Jason Seams' current lead. The entire field separated by 2.8 seconds. Jason's lead now 2.9 again. Octavio Rondoletto started in first, has hung out in the top 10 most of the night, currently sitting in 5th. Got his Flaming Karma teammates just behind him, Cristiano Roca and Jared Heasley. Lataro still holding on in 11th with Gerald Thanos Poole now in 12th. And Jose Godino right there with him in 13th. Joe Campbell, Albie Hewins, and Flying Ryan just behind with Sean Andrews. We've seen Joe make that run to the front a couple of times now. Will he try it again before that first pit stop? Colson has gotten that lead pack single file once again. Now they have cut down the lead to Jason Seams down to 2.5 seconds. Colson, Krapser, Bear, and Octavio, 2nd through 5th. Still trying to reel in Jason Seams. His lead now just 2.1 seconds. Hey, good evening, Bobby, and thank you so much for the stars, buddy. Sounds like Jason Seams has the entire Seams fan club tonight, and then some cheering him on. The driver's just about 30 laps away from green flag stops at the moment. Colston now just 1.8 seconds behind the leader. And it does look like Joe Campbell has hopped to the high side and is starting to try and make his way back to the front. Last time we looked at Joe, he was back in 14th. Now up to 11th. He is trying to make that run to the front solo this time. Will anybody hop out and give him a hand, or can he make this run all the way to the front using the side draft single-handedly? Steven, you're not wrong. Jason Seams, who started in 14th, now in the lead. Derek Colson started 18th, currently in second. And here comes Joe on the high side, now up to 8th. And doing it without any help. Joe on the high side on Jared Heasley, taking 7th place. Has a run on Cristiano Roca. So much for Joe saying he was going to hang out at the back after he led a lap. Could he be driving to the front to help out his driver, Jason Seams? As Jason's lead now down to 1.25 seconds over Colson. Joe on the high side now of King Bear, making his way forward as they close in on Jason Seams. Well, Steven, happy 35th birthday. You know, a good way to celebrate your birthday would be to download American Truck Simulator and come join the HTSAI Community Convoy Thursday night, or just tune in and watch. It is a lot of fun, a lot of laughter, a lot of chaos, but just non-stop good time had by all. Derek Colson is not making it easy for Joe to get around here as he catches up to Jason Seams. He now has Seams' draft. Watch these two closely as well. Colson and Campbell have had issues quite a few times here recently. But a long race still to go. These guys have got to keep it clean and keep their cars together. Colson going so far as pushing Jason Seams, trying to keep Joe back there, but Joe looks like he is going to clear. Oh, Jason on the bottom, still staying even with Joe through 3 and 4. Earl Steve is still a pup, 35 years old. Wow, I'd give anything to go back to 35. Joe got all the way to the front, dead even with his driver, and is now checked up and is dropping back to the back. Meanwhile, Derek Colson has finally caught back up to Jason Seams. Jason has been out front all alone for quite a few laps here. Will he drop back into the pack to conserve a little fuel until that first round of stops? Well, good luck this weekend to Earl and Flying Ryan in that arm wrestling tournament. And I agree, Earl needs to get a laptop. We need 5 Seams on a 5-car busting at the seams team. That was a bit of a tongue twister in case you didn't notice. It has been quite a season for a lot of these drivers, but the winningest driver this season, Austin Edwards, not here. He raced the first 16 races of the season, but real life kind of took over. He handed his car over to the Mad Bear. Austin Edwards, 7 wins out of 16 races. 15 top 10s, 14 top 5s. And still the winningest driver in XCAL history. Octavio Rondoletto, who missed the first part of this season, missed XCAL so much he came back. Has had 18 starts, 17 top 10s, 16 top 5s, and 6 wins. But the man, the myth, the king of XCAL, the Mad Bear, has started 32 of 34 races, 28 top 10s, 21 top 5s, and 5 wins. Those 3 drivers, Austin Edwards, Octavio Rondoletto, and Matt Bear, combined for over half the wins this season. Combined 18 wins of this 34 race season, and if Octavio Rondoletto or Matt Bear win here tonight, that just bumps it up a little bit more. Jared Easley in the 40, still holding on to 7th. He was up, got his lap lead earlier on. Now just riding around, saving fuel. While the J&S team is up front, battling with Derek Colson. Flaming Karma is spread out throughout the field. Octavio Cristiano Roca and Jared Heasley currently 5th, 6th, and 7th. Lataro and Gerald Poole 11th and 12th. Jose Godino back in 14th. Plus, you still have Joe Campbell, who has dropped back into 13th. Albie Hewins, Flying Ryan, Sean Andrews, 15th, 16th, and 17th. These guys just out back conserving fuel. 2 drivers not conserving fuel, though. Derek Colson, Jason Seams. These two have been side by side for a while. Colson's going to slide back into second place, right in front of Crapser. And everybody goes back to single file. Remember, we're about 8 to 10 laps away from our first pit stops. Eighteen of the 19 drivers all still within 3 seconds of each other. Everybody still nose to tail. Let's take a look at the view from 19th place, Brandon Yates in his rookie race here tonight. And you see the field just, everybody just single file at the moment. They know they're getting close to that first fuel stop. Everybody working with their teams, communicating, planning this strategy out. And you can hear Yates' tires begging for forgiveness here tonight. Brandon Yates being very smart in his first ever race in XCAL. Just hanging out, learning about the other drivers around him, getting a feel for the car in Jeff Edgar's car. Derek Colson drops to the apron. Looks like he is going to the back here. And Octavio moving up the track. Some of these guys look like they were going to take the opportunity to make a move to the front. Cristiano Roca in 5th, the only driver in the top 5 who has not led a lap yet. And Jason Seams continues to lead despite the attacks. Derek Colson is on pit road. Colson in for his first fuel stop here tonight. Kit Kat cheering on the rookie Brandon Yates. Looks like everybody's starting to spread out, put a couple of car links between each other. Getting ready just in case the driver ahead of them suddenly darts to pit road coming out of 4. Remember, final race of the season, these guys got really nothing to lose. Any opportunity to take an advantage here tonight, I guarantee you they are going to go for it. Lataro has now made his way into the top 10 as Gerald Poole right behind him. Wild Bill, good evening, buddy, and let's hope not. Wild Bill cheering on Heasley. Heasley currently running in 6th as Colson comes back off pit road. Under green flag stops, as you see, Colson lost 4 laps. He went to pit road without any help, though. However, it does look like Derek did come out mid-pack, so he will come back up to speed quickly. 4 fresh tires on as well. Might be able to unlap himself the old-fashioned way here in a minute. Tire wear has not been huge across this run. Most of the drivers only losing about 1/4 to 1/2 a second. The drivers saying 80 to 85 laps was the distance they could go on fuel. When will we see them start to duck in? And if they all come at once, there is no telling. Here we go. Jason Seams gives up the lead. He's on his way in. And Jason Seams comes in alone. Alex Krapser now takes the lead with the Mad Bear in 2nd. Octavio now to 3rd. Cristiano Roca in 4th. Heasley into 5th. Nobody ducked onto pit road this time. Jason Seams has led the majority of this first stint, so he will have used the most fuel. These guys behind sitting in the draft have been able to conserve fuel so far. Brandon Yates, the other rookie, he's on pit road. Well, and at the moment, it is Alex Krapser, but Jason Seams has pretty much dominated so far tonight. He is on pit road for his first stop, expecting the rest of the field in any time now. Crapser leads them back down the back straightaway. Not seeing anybody signaling they're coming in yet. Oh, here we go. Crapser is headed in. Looks like Joe Campbell is coming. Jared Heasley is coming. Cristiano Roca is in. Albie Ewan, Sean Andrews, Gerald Poole is in. Flying Ryan, Jose Godino also in. The vast majority of the field is on pit road. Only 7 drivers have not pitted. That would not be the first time I've seen it happen, Ant. Matt Baer retakes the lead. Brent Mackes, Lataro, John Friley, and Jeremy Leto now in. It is only Matt Baer, Octavio Rondoletto, and Brett Edgar left on track. And Jared Easley, yes, you are still in it, buddy. Here they come. Matt Baer is in. Octavio is in. Jeff Edgar is in. Derek Colson, Jason Seams, and Brandon Yates, the only 3 to have completed pit stops. And as we saw with Colson, it's about 4 laps on pit road. The drivers are in their pit stalls for about 2 minutes, 15 seconds. It is a long pit stop for 4 tires and fuel here at Charlotte. As Colson is out front, as they cycle through, we're going to take a quick commercial. Jared, the view is great, buddy. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to take a look at where your favorite drivers are in the field. We are back. The last few drivers coming off pit road now. Derek Colson cycles back to the lead with a 5.7 second lead over Jose Godino and Cristiano Roca. But they're about to have help from Heasley and Gerald Poole. Octavio Rondoletto not far behind either. Looks like everybody has completed their first pit stops here. Don't forget the spooktacular event on Halloween. Check out all the information on xcalracing.com. Free entry and cash prizes will be awarded. Derek Colson, after stops, has a huge lead right at 6 seconds. Flaming Karma Racing, though, second, third, fourth, and fifth, as Jose Godino, Cristiano Roca, Jared Heasley, and Gerald Poole come off pit road, get hooked up, and take off. Octavio Rondoletto back in sixth, with Alex Crapser closing in seventh. Brent Mackes leads the second big pack in eighth, followed by Lataro Lamperti, Jason Seams, Joe Campbell, and Brett Edgar back in 12th. Albie Hewins in 13th, with John Friley right there with him in 14th. Jeremy Leto in 15th, Flying Ryan in 16th, not far behind. Sean Andrews back in 17th, Brandon Yates in 18th, and the Mad Bear is back in 19th. From the looks of it, I think the Mad Bear may have gotten a speeding penalty on pit road. He is now one lap down. A rough night for the points leader. Will he be able to come back? Matt currently in that second pack with Jason Seams, Joe Campbell, Brent Mackes, and the 7 of Brett Edgar. Derek Colson had that big 6-second lead, but as everybody gets up to speed, Jose Godino is leading Flaming Karma Racing up toward the front. Alex Crapser has finally gotten connected with Jose Godino. They are about 5.5 seconds behind Gerald Poole. Brent Mackes' group about 3.6 seconds back from Octavio. The pit stops here really have shaken up and breaking up the pack. Interesting to note, the Flaming Karma drivers for the most part together, but J&S a bit split up right now with Crapser in 6th place. Jason Seams and Joe Campbell together in 10th and 11th. Albie Hewins back in 13th with John Friley, and Flying Ryan back in 16th with help from Sean Andrews. Wild Bill, I have to agree, if Flaming Karma can stay hooked up, this could be good. However, you see the J&S teams, they are broken up for the moment, but they have been known to find each other once again when it matters the most. Derek Colson currently holding a 4.8 second lead over Cristiano Roca. Alex Krapser and Octavio Rondoletto starting to close in on that group. They are now just 2.9 seconds back. Brent Meckes' group was gaining a little bit of ground, but has slipped back now 4.5 seconds back. Albie Hewins and John Friley now getting some help from Jeremy Leto, and it looks like Flying Ryan and Sean Andrews are gaining ground as well. So as this second run goes on, we could see the field start to pack back up. And let's take a look from the How to Suck at iRacing blimp. There you see Derek Colson. Jared Easley now leading that second pack, and we do have a little time off from broadcasting over the next week. No broadcast tomorrow night, but expect announcements from the Nowski Nation in the near future. However, you can tune in tomorrow night, and every night we're going to have something special, including the HTSAI Friday Fun League returning this Friday. No telling what kind of chaos and anarchy we could come up with. If you've had a rough week, it's the best place to blow off steam. Whether you're driving or racing, you definitely will laugh and feel better when it's all said and done. We'll be live at 8 Eastern Friday night. Of course, Thursday night, we have the HTSAI Community Convoy. Tomorrow afternoon, we should be seeing Angie taking flight in an F-18 as well, and I'm sure we'll have a little bit of trucking going on tomorrow night as well. Who knows what kind of things we're going to come up with for the weekend as well, including possibly seeing Angie doing some recruitment races for BRR. BRR recruitment underway. This is the final weekend for recruitment into BRR. Saturday night, the Truck Series, and Sunday night, the Cup Series. Next weekend, BRR Racing returns. This Sunday morning, we will have GT3 NSS back in full effect. And so much more going on this weekend. Next Monday night, we'll have Jones BS Racing back as well. And don't worry, folks, we won't have many Tuesday nights off. We'll have several groups we're going to be racing with, and then we will have some exciting new broadcasts over the winter. Make sure you're following on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube for all the exciting announcements, including one really big announcement coming very soon. Also, don't forget to check out the XCAL Racing web shop. As we mentioned, Brent Meckes, man, he has had a lot of cool new merch drop this week. Go check out the Brent Meckes gear at xcalracing.com/shop. Get all your Seams fan club gear. Maybe if Jason Seams can get to victory lane, we could very well see some Jason Seams gear in the XCAL Racing web shop after tonight. Alex Krapser gear will drop later this week as well. And of course, we'll have new gear for King Bear after tonight, as he is crowned the new XCAL champ. Derek Colson's lead now holding about 4.9 seconds as the Flaming Karma boys have cycled through different drivers trying to see who's going to be the fastest at the front. Gerald Poole now in second place. They have also picked up a couple of cars from behind as Octavio Rondoletto and Alex Crapser have caught that group. Jason Seams now leads that second big group. They are 6 1/4 seconds back from Octavio. Joe Campbell sitting right there in ninth, just lurking. Remember, at the end of this thing, watch where Joe is. During that first run, we saw Joe charging from the front to the back with his team, or from the back to the front with his team, and single-handedly, he pulled off one of the most epic wins in XCAL history here to start the season in 2022. Could he do it again tonight? Flying Ryan has now gotten hooked up with Albie Hugh and Sean Andrews and John Friley. Now a 5-car pack. Flying Ryan trying to close the gap on that group ahead. And believe it or not, folks, Jeremy Leto just set the fastest lap of the night so far, 36.18. We were talking about the XCAL Silly season earlier on. Fully expect to see a team busting at the seams next year for 2024 with Flying Ryan, Nick the College Kid, Jason Seams, and many, many more Seamses. Seems I don't know. That second pack is shuffled around yet again. Cristiano Roca now at the front of it. Jason Seams still leads that second big pack, now 5.5 seconds back from Jose Godino. That pack staying single file, working well together, seems to be able to reel in as they are starting to gain ground on that lead pack, while that lead pack has been shuffling around. However, now that Roca has gone to the lead, they have chopped away at Derek Colson's 5-second lead, now down to 4.5. Colson about to be in lap traffic, about to pick up newcomer Brandon Yates. Yates, one of the rookies here tonight. Could Colson utilize that second driver to keep that gap until the next pit stop? Since Cristiano took the lead of this second pack, they have found a good lineup here, now down to 4.25 seconds. Jason Seams and crew now just 5 seconds behind as they continue to reel in Jose Godino and that group. That third pack led by Flying Ryan, now 4.8 seconds back from the second pack. They're not gaining a lot of ground right now, holding steady about 4.7 to 4.8 seconds back. Looks like Leto in the 74 needs to pull a little bit closer to help that group out. However, for the moment, Sean Andrews seems to, his connection seems to have stabilized. Meanwhile, the champ, Matt Bear, back in 19th, a lap down. You know Matt has to be hoping for a caution here that he is not involved in to put him back on the lead lap. He does not want to win the championship finishing last a lap down. Derek Colson has gotten past Brandon Yates now. Yates doesn't look like it. They're getting hooked up here as Colson is already pulling away. Jared Heasley has gone back to the lead of that second group. They're 4 1/4 seconds behind Colson. And Jason Seams has pulled his group to within 4 seconds of that lead pack. We're going to take a quick commercial break, folks. Don't go anywhere. We'll go side by side. You won't miss a thing. We are back. Jason Seams' group now has dropped a little bit of time, 3.5 seconds. They continue to close in on that second group, currently led by Alex Krapser. That group still holding about 4.3 seconds behind leader Derek Colson. But now that Krapser has jumped to the lead of this pack, which has continued to grow little by little, they are now 3 3/4 seconds behind Colson and gaining ground. Meanwhile, Jason Seams and crew about 3.3 seconds behind that lead pack. For Seams' first XCAL race, he has done extraordinarily well here. However, it is obviously not his first iRacing event, as looking at his oval I rating of 3,886, he definitely knows how to wheel one of these cars. Flying Ryan and crew now 4 seconds behind Jason Seams and crew as they try and close that gap as well. Cristiano Roca, track temperature obviously coming down. Roca just set the fastest lap of the night. Not a whole lot of spots up for grabs in the points coming into this event, but every one of these drivers getting every single point they possibly can here tonight. Taking a look at the points, obviously Matt Bear has locked up the championship coming into this one. The 29 car, last driven by Alex Crapser, currently sitting in second in points. The 00 driven tonight by Jason Seams, currently third in points. Robert, we are right in the middle of a broadcast, buddy. And there you see the rest of the rundown in the points. There is the second half of the field. As we mentioned, only a few positions still up for grabs, like that battle going on for 10th place between Albie Hewins and Gerald Poole. Also a close battle between Brent Meckes and the 7 car. Tonight, the 7 car driven by Brett Edgar. But every driver out here trying to get every point they can coming in to this final race of the season. In fact, while they are going around, let's take a look at the full field rundown. Derek Colson out front was by quite a margin, but Alex Crapser and crew have caught him. Alex Crapser now in second with the push from Octavio Rondoletto. They caught up quick. Gerald Thanos Poole now sitting in third place in fourth place rather, behind Octavio Rondoletto. Jose Godino in fifth, also just set a fast lap. Cristiano Roca currently running in sixth place, with Jared Heasley in seventh place. And in case you weren't aware, Jared Heasley, he just wants to go fast. The rookie Jason Seams back in 8th place, trying to help his group reel back into the leaders. Right behind him, team owner Joe Campbell, currently running in 9th. Brent Meck is currently sitting back there in 10th. Brent up 5 spots. Brent with all that new merch drop. Hey, good evening, Richie. How are you, buddy? Brett Edgar in the 7 car tonight, currently running in 11th place. Lataro Lamperti in 12th. Flying Ryan Seams back in 13th, trying to reel in that group up ahead, 3.5 seconds up. Albie Ewan's riding along in 14th, trying to catch up to Lataro to hold on to that top 10 point spot. Sean Andrews currently running in 15th. Looks like, despite early connection problems, has got it figured out. John Friley currently running in 16th place, quietly staying in that group, with Jeremy Leto back in the car, currently in 17th. Rookie Brandon Yates in 18th, and points leader Matt Baer currently running in 19th, one lap down after a speeding penalty on pit road. Colson had jumped out to a 5-second lead earlier on after that first round of pit stops. However, that second pack switching out leaders throughout, they finally found the right combination and reeled him in very, very quickly, with Alex Crampser leading the group and the push from Octavio Rondoletto. That lead pack now also picking up Brandon Yates. Making that lead pack about 8 cars deep. Meanwhile, Jason Seams' pack about 6 cars deep at the moment has lost a little bit of ground. They are now 4.6 seconds back. As we saw with Matt Baer, though, and knowing we're closing in on our second round of pit stops, anything could happen here. Let's hear your predictions in the chat. So far, we have been green 140 laps, almost halfway through this race. Despite that, things have gotten really shaken up here tonight. What are your predictions for the second half of this race? Colson has been out there all alone since that first green flag stop. I'm really surprised he has not dropped to the tail end of this lead pack to conserve a little bit of fuel. Also, just noted, Brandon Yates appears to have lost the draft on the lead pack. Brandon not on the lead lap, currently in 18th. Matt Bear currently in 19th, also not on the lead lap, but he is closing in. I would imagine at this point, Matt would be happy to pick up any position he can get. Matt Bear has a just under a 400-point lead coming into tonight. It is an insurmountable points lead, but you know, as a champ with 5 wins on the season, he does not want to finish the final race of the season a lap down in last. Derek Colson did have an early pit stop. He pitted on lap 76. Everybody else started pitting around lap 83. Most of the field pitting on lap 87 and 88. So we should see Colson in here in about 5 to 7 laps. Maybe a little bit sooner due to the fact he has been out there alone all night. Hey, good evening, Danny, and I thought we talked about this. You're supposed to be home for XCAL races. Well, sorry you're stuck at work tonight, Danny, but hope it goes smoothly, and hopefully your team continues to do incredibly well. Congratulations on that team championship for the JNS Racing Aces. It only took me half the season to stop calling them the Flying Aces, but hey. In fact, Danny, just change the team name to Flying Aces next season to simplify things. That second group, led by Jason Seams, has now caught up to the lap car of Brandon Yates. And they also have started closing the gap once again on the lead pack. Now down to about 3.3 seconds as they come by the lap car. That got a little sketchy as they went off into turn 1. Yates looked to stay down low. Normally the lap car would jump to the high side. Yates drifted up in 1 and 2. Now drifts up in 3 and 4 right next to King Bear. It definitely got a little interesting with this pack trying to get by. However, Flying Ryan and his crew have now caught up to that second pack. As they try and go by Yates, Yates drops all the way to the apron. Flying Ryan now right behind Lataro, so that bigger pack now. That second pack much, much larger. Derek Colson has gone to pit road. The lead goes back to Crapser. Jason Seams now leads that big pack 3.5 seconds behind. But now well over 10 cars deep. Sean Andrews just set the fastest lap of the race. 35.95, the first driver to get under the 36-second mark. And let's take a look at this big pack from the blimp. There is the big pack led by Jason Seams, all of them together now. Flying Ryan, Albie Ewan, Sean Andrews all back in this group. Most of the J&S cars now together in this group. If they could get connected and out to the front, I'm guessing they are going to be able to close that gap very quickly on the leaders. Another J&S car at the front of this pack, Alex Crapser, could potentially just roll out of the throttle just a little bit and help his teammates catch up. Flying Ryan, Albie Hewins, and it looks like Sean Andrews up to the high side. They're going to try and go to the front of that second pack. And for the first time tonight, we've got Flying Ryan and Jason Seams side by side on track. Gerald Poole, Jose Godino, Cristiano Roca, Jared Heasley just went to pit road. Second round of stops underway. Alex Crapser and Octavio Rondoletto staying out. But the majority of that lead pack is now on pit road. Flying Ryan is now going to the lead of the second pack. Jason Seams side by side with Sean Andrews. Flying Ryan now scored in third, Albie in fourth. Jared, how is the car tonight? Ryan Seams and crew continue to stay out, as do Alex Crapser and Octavio Rondoletto out front. Gerald Thanos Poole saying the Flaming Karma cars tonight are fast. which has been proven by the fact that Flaming Karma has been 80% of the top 5 over this last run. And Jared, Ricky, Bobby Heasley saying the car is fast like a rocket ship, but he doesn't know what to do with his hands. Jeremy Leto just set the fastest lap of the race. We have not said that since Bristol last year. The Flaming Karma cars now coming back off pit road. Alex Crapser, Octavio Rondoletto do not look like they are coming in. Nope, they are going to continue to stay out. As is this second pack as they try and make up some ground here. A big bump for Flying Ryan from Albie Hewins. And quite a mess here in this group as those cars coming off pit road have merged back into this second group. And a lot of this second group, actually all this second group, has not been to pit road yet. Things could get very sketchy here in a moment. Brandon Yates, the rookie, now on pit road. Alex Crapser and Octavio continue to lead. They have a 6.7 second gap on Flying Ryan and crew at the moment. That'll give them a huge advantage when they come to pit road, that big gap. Gerald Poole going way up the track, watching to see when the remainder of the field is going to come to pit road. They do not come down this time. Looks like Flaming Karma may have brought their cars in a few laps early, short pitting, trying to make up a little ground. Cristiano Roca, Gerald Poole right there together. Jared Heasley catching up. Jose Godino there with him. Derek Colson back behind. And believe it or not, folks, Crapser and Rondoletto have pulled away from Flying Ryan and crew. The gap now 6.8 seconds. Jason Seams is headed in. And he is coming in alone again. Jason came in about 4 laps ahead of the rest of the J&S team on that first round of stops. However, looking at the numbers, everybody can go the distance from here on fuel. No, Thomas, you got here just past halfway. J&S cars now lead that second pack. They stay out another lap. Matt Bear mixed in the mix. The top two still nose to tail. The question is when they are going to come in. They do not come in this time. Should see everybody in the next 3 to 4 laps, I do believe. Jason Seams still on pit road to complete his stop. It is a painfully long time. It looks like we've got him coming in. Flying Ryan, Albie Ewins, Joe Campbell, Sean Andrews, and John Friley all on pit road. Crapser and Rondoletto still out. It is a painfully long pit stop here tonight. They are on pit road for anywhere from 2 minutes and 15 to 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Matt Bear also still out, has not completed his second pit stop. After losing a lap on that first pit stop due to a speeding penalty, you know he is going to stretch as far as he possibly can to take any advantage he can. Alex Crapser has gone to pit road alone. Octavio stays out. Big surprise to see that those two not come together. Octavio continues to stretch it, as does Brent Meckes, Brett Edgar, Latarl and Purdy, and Jeremy Leto. And of course, Matt Bear, who is trying to make up a whole lap here. And if you haven't already checked out our new partner, you definitely need to go check out Diamond in the Rough on Facebook. All things handmade, veteran man-made, small batch hand-poured candles and melts, 3D prints, jewelry, paintings, all things art, and then some. Go like and follow them on Facebook, Diamond in the Rough. I am sure Thomas will be happy to put the link. Oh, here comes Octavio. Brent Meckes heads in. Lataro is in. Brett Edgar's still out on track, as is the Mad Bear. Brandon Yates, currently the lead, the highest running car who has completed his pit stops. It looks like Yates only took right sides, did not take a full fuel load. He is hoping for a caution here. The drivers can make it on one more stop from here. Is this part of his strategy? And will we see some short stops on that final pit stop? Brett Edgar and the Mad Bear have now gone to pit road. Jared Heasley back at the lead of that Flaming Karma team with Cristiano Roca, Jose Godino, Gerald Poole all together. Alex Crapser out there alone, as is Derek Colson. Joe Campbell surprisingly does not have any of his team with him. Albie Hewins, John Friley hooked up, Sean Andrews, and Flying Ryan also hooked up at the moment, and Jason Seams alone, no drafting help. Still 6 cars on pit road, still waiting for everything to cycle through. While it does, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back. We'll go side by side. You won't miss a thing. We are back as pit stops have cycled completely through, giving the lead to Brandon Yates at the moment. Don't forget to go to XCALRacing.com and check out the Spooktacular on Halloween. A free, fun event with cash prizes. Get in there, get registered, win some money. Don't forget to like, share, and follow on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and the YouTubes. A lot of big announcements coming up in the next few weeks. New broadcasts. We're even going to get some dirt broadcasts back here on How to Suck at iRacing. A lot of fun stuff coming soon. You don't want to miss it. Let's see if you guys can crank your volumes up just a little bit here and enjoy the sounds of these cars going full send around this 1.5 mile track. Brandon Yates still has the lead. Jose Godino has gone to the front of that lead pack. They are about 2.4 seconds back from Yates at the moment. Alex Krapser and Octavio Rondoletto are closing in on the lead group. Now just 1.2 seconds back. Joe Campbell and Matt Baer have caught up to Derek Colson, the three of them getting hooked up to try and reel in Rondoletto and Krapser. Colson now 7.4 seconds back. Now Joe takes Matt Baer rather takes the front of that group. 7.5 seconds back. Flying Ryan has reformed a group back behind him with Albie Ewan, Sean Andrews, John Friley, Lataro Lamperti, Brett Edgar also in that group. Brett Mekas not far behind with Jeremy Leto. Jason Seams still all alone back in 18th. Looks like Jason Seams had a very slow pit stop. Most of the drivers on and off pit road between 2 minutes 42 and 2 minutes 44. Jason Seams was on pit road for over 2 minutes and 50 seconds, which has set him back from the field quite a bit. One of the two rookies here tonight, Brandon Yates, the other one, both of the rookies, ironically, have led quite a few laps here tonight. However, Brandon Yates' lead is shrinking quickly as Jared Heasley now goes to second and pulls that group to within 1.5 seconds of the leader. Matt Baer, the king, currently in 19th place, still a lap down. Had a very quick pit stop, picked up a few seconds, but he is going to need a lot more to close in and get back to the lead lap to fight for any positions. "19 cars started this season finale. 19 still on track. 18 still on the lead lap in contention. But as green flag pit stops continue, the gap between the packs is growing. That second pack with Matt Baer, Joe Campbell, and Derek Colson 7.5 seconds behind that lead pack. Flying Ryan and crew, though, 3 seconds back and gaining on the Mad Bear, Joe Campbell, and Colson. Jason Seams, though, alone on the track. No help in sight from ahead or behind at the moment. Brandon Yates as he gives up the lead to Krapser, Brandon Yates had that very short pit stop, about half of what the rest of the field had. Meaning he likely took right sides only and likely not a full tank of fuel. However, if he can make it to about lap 215, before making another pit stop, he will be able to go the distance on fuel. That being said, that would be a genius strategy. He had gone a lap down, was in 18th rather. Pulling off some pit strategy here, though, seems to have put him back in the fight. The question is, will he be able to hold on to it? Oh, Brandon Yates went down to the apron. Gerald Poole had to get evasive. They are 3 wide on the front straightaway. Boy, that got a bit scary for that group. We have been caution-free so far tonight. Almost saw it happen there. That incident did give Alex Krapser and Octavio Rondoletto a little breathing room. They are out front by 1 1/4 seconds. Cristiano Rowe, caution is out. Lap 191. Cristiano Roca and Brandon Yates involved. Let's see what happened. Down the back straightaway into turn 3. Yates gets in. Oh, Yates gets into the apron, then into Jared Heasley. Yates just gets too low on corner entry, drifts up into Heasley. Heasley managing to save it, but he snaps loose again and takes Cristiano Roca out. All the drivers on pit road. The question is, did Jared Heasley take any damage in that incident? Roca did have to tow to pit road, and this is exactly what King Bear wanted to see happen, as this will put Matt Bear back on the lead lap. And I can promise you, none of the drivers out here wanted to see Matt back on the lead lap. They are in for a fight. Jeremy Leto appears to be staying out. He has not gone to pit road. He had just pitted on lap 174. Looks like he may be staying out, choosing to take some track position, as we're at lap 192. Nobody can go the distance from here on fuel. And it looks like most of the field is just topping off on fuel. Jared Heasley still sitting on pit road. When he comes off, we will try and get a look at the left side of his car. Looks like Heasley's car is okay. Jeremy Leto is now coming into pit road to top off on fuel. Alex Krapser, Octavio Rondoletto, Lataro all back in. They are going to get a splash of fuel. And this just put all the cars back on the lead lap and back together again. Brett Edgar now has the lead. Matt Bear has not been waved around yet. Have to wonder if he is begging for a pit stop right about now. He has seen everybody else top off on fuel. But we also know the Mad Bear has been stretching that fuel all night. Our first caution of the night as the Mad Bear gets waved around comes on lap 191. Most of the field is back on pit road, topping off on fuel. We could see Matt drop in for fuel here. The points leader is back on the lead lap. And everybody can go from here with one more pit stop. Lights are out. Everybody stacked up side by side. Joe Campbell and Brett Edgar on the front row. John Friley and Jason Seams now back on the second row. Colson and Leto on the third row. Gerald Poole, Sean Andrews on the fourth. Alex Krapser and Flying Ryan round out your top 10. All the drivers can go from here on one more stop. They are all back together again. Only one driver still on pit road. Cristiano Roca. Pace car is in. Green flag back in the air. Just about 108 laps to go here at Charlotte. Joe Campbell quickly sliding in between Jeff Edgar and John Friley. I'm sorry, Brett Edgar and John Friley. Brett Edgar dropped all the way to the apron. He led his lap. He is going back. Jason Seams on the high side. He is going to try and reclaim the lead here. A lot of battling back behind. Still a long way to go for these drivers. They got to battle and put themselves in position, but they still have to make one more pit stop tonight. Jason Seams has reclaimed the lead with Joe Campbell right behind. Jeremy Leto was back in the top 5. Yeah, Thomas, I am, buddy. A little bit. It's going to take a day or two, but you know how that goes. Jason Seams, a big push from Joe Campbell. Trying to open up a gap again on Friley. Sean Andrews tries to get by Colson on the high side. Looks like Sean is going backwards as Gerald Poole moves back into the top 5. Hey, good evening, Russell. How are you? Derek Colson looked like he might have gotten a bit loose coming through the quad oval on the front. has gathered it up. Hey, good luck. Good luck, Thomas. Lap 200, everybody gets single file for the moment. We are going to take a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We'll go about side by side. You won't miss a thing. We'll be back in just a moment. And we are back with 100 laps and one more pit stop to go here at Charlotte. Don't forget to check out XCALRacing.com for the Spooktacular event on Halloween. Free entry and cash prizes in that event. You don't want to miss out. Don't forget to check out XCALRacing.com/shop for all that sweet new merch, including that big Brent Mackey's drop that came out this week and the Alex Crapser gear coming later this week, as well as the new gear for the King, Matt Bear. And I'm guessing we're going to have some merch. If Jason Seams can pull off the win here tonight, we'll have some new Jason Seams merch. Maybe some new Bustin' at the Seams merch coming into next year. As it sounds like we will have a full Seams team. All the Seamses or Seams I, we haven't figured out how we're going to say that. Hey, good evening, Jeff Hinkle. Gerald Poole, Jeff Hinkle cheering on Jeff Poole, leading Flaming Karma at the moment. Jared Heasley currently riding in the back in 15th. Cristiano Roca still off track. Jose Godino currently in 12th. Lautaro in 13th. After Flaming Karma dominating about 2/3 of this race, J&S has come back strong with Jason Seams back in the lead. Alex Crapser in 6th, Flying Ryan in 7th, Sean Andrew in 8th. But the new king of XCAL, Matt Bear, has gotten back to the lead lap, is back in the top 10. John Friley sitting in 2nd, Derek Colson in 3rd. Colson also led a lot of laps mid-race. John Friley has only led a few here tonight. Looking through the top 10, I think the only drivers that have not led a lap yet tonight I think actually only one driver in the top 10 has not led a lap tonight. That is Brent Meckes. Actually, in this 18-car field, only a few drivers have not led tonight. Brent Meckes, Jose Godino, Lataro, Albie Hewins are the only drivers at this point to have not led a lap. But at the moment, Jason Seams leads and has led the most laps so far tonight. Hey, Russell, you might want to show up Saturday night too, buddy. That recruitment race may have somebody special in it. Yes, you definitely will, Russell. I can tell you this much. She is a bit nervous, but knowing guys like you, Richie Joplin, Mark Dantuma, Mark Nelson are going to be there makes her feel a lot better. Thomas, let me see how I'm feeling, buddy. Matt Bear has taken a page from Joe Campbell's book, single-handedly to the high side, has made his way to 4th. Now to the high side on Derek Colson. The Mad Bear now to 3rd, looks for 2nd from John Friley. From a lap down to battling for the lead, here comes the champ, King Bear. And Matt Bear leads that time by Jason Seams, still fighting on the bottom. Jason has been able to defend that bottom line really, really well. Steve Seams cheering on Flying Ryan and J-Dog. J-Dog currently in the lead, but Matt Bear gets him at the line again. Flying Ryan back in ninth. Word has it, next season we'll have a full Seams team, including J-Dog, Flying Ryan, Nick the College Kid, and potentially one or two more of the Seamses. Seems I something. We'll get it figured out. They will definitely be busting at the seams. And we talked about the XCAL Silly Season earlier. Danny Naver gave us an answer on one particular question. The rumor going around in pre-race was that J&S would come back next season stronger than ever and win another team championship. However, the rumor also persists that Joe Campbell will hang up his gloves and that Danny would be taking over his car. Brent Mekas has now jumped to the high side. Matt Bear back up top. Matt drifting back into fifth, still trying to fight his way forward. Brent Mekas coming up to help. Meanwhile, Jason Seams in the lead still holds everybody off. The damaged lap car of Brandon Yates just ahead. Brandon has had a little trouble in the big packs here tonight. Hopefully he will jump to the high side when the leaders get there. And everybody gets by clean. Brandon still holds 18th. Heavy right front damage to that 69 car has him slowed. Matt Bear still battling for the lead. Mekas coming to help on the high side, and we are now within the pit window of the field. Everybody can go the distance from here on fuel. Matt Bear slides it down in front of Jason. Brandon Yates drops to the apron to let the leaders by. Everybody gets by clean. Matt left Britt hung out to dry, but now it looks like Friley looking to the high side to give him a hand. Bear trying to block both lines at the moment. Gets up and gets the push from Mekas. Jason gets the nose back in. They are battling awfully hard for 80 laps to go. Brandon Yates has gone to pit road. Brent Mekas now John Friley up to the high line, giving that outside little help. Derek Colson looking on the bottom brings Gerald Poole with him. Thanos currently running in 6th. Brett Edgar in 7th. Alex Crapser in 8th. Flying Ryan in 9th. Sean Andrews sitting in 10th. A lot of movement going on at the back of the pack as Albie Ewens, Jeremy Leto, and Jared Heasley battle. Octavio Rondoletto and Latoro are in for their final stops. And wow! Matt Bear and Jason Seams were door to door. $80 laps roughly to go, and these guys are battling like it's the last. All right, per Danny, we are getting no confirmation or denial on the retirement of Joe Campbell and her, Danny, stepping into the car. Danny, I can tell you after watching Angie race here lately, if you get behind the wheel, I can promise you I'll be cheering for you. Octavio Rondoletto and Lataro are off pit road. Derek Colson is now in. Brandon Yates also back off pit road. And it is getting messy back here. Jose Godino, Jared Heasley, Albie Ewens battling it out. Joe Campbell was in the mix a moment ago. Alex Crapser now in for his final stop. Derek Colson on his way back out. These guys are not taking 4 tires. It look definitely not seeing those longer pit stops here this time. Everybody taking the bare minimum on fuel. Octavio and Lataro did manage to come out, get hooked up with the lead pack. They are several laps down just due to having completed their pit stops. Matt Bear, Jason Seams, Brent Mekas, the top 3 at the moment. As Jared Heasley has moved to the high side, is he going to pull the same move we have seen multiple times tonight? Side draft his way to the front. They don't call him Jared Ricky Bobby Heasley for nothing. Brent Mekas, oh, everybody gets a big bump out of turn 4 and gets squirrely. Brent Mekas gets the push to the lead. Jason Seams was almost in the grass. Holy cow! Brent Mekas was sideways for a moment. Looks like Mekas is dropping back for the moment. Probably needs to catch his breath after that one. They are 3 wide. Brent Mekas on the high side. He rolls out of it. You can tell these cars have zero grip out here. Take a look from the in-car camera of Gerald Poole, you see how much these cars are moving around here. They are heavy cars on not very wide tires, not a lot of grip. And they move around a lot, especially with all the air being moved around them in the draft. You can hear Thanos' tires just begging for relief. Octavio and Lautaro getting trying to get one of their laps back on the high side. Matt Baird not making it easy for him. Remember, they do have fresh tires, but they are a bit heavier due to having that full fuel load. Jared Easley started making his way forward on the high side, but dropped back to that bottom line. Looks like Joe Campbell is thinking about moving up. Brent Meckes is there. Gerald Poole sits in fifth, Flying Ryan right behind him. Couple car lengths between them and the leaders as things are getting really exciting up front. Matt Baird still holds the lead. Jason Seams right behind. Jeff Edgar right there with him. Brent Meckes was up there battling for the lead. Has now dropped back into seventh for the moment. We did see in that first fuel run Joe Campbell making moves on the high side, both with his team and without help. He was able to hop to that top side, use that side draft, and rock it to the front. Keep an eye on him after the final stop. We know he has got something figured out here, and he has won here before, so you know he can get it done again. Octavio Rondoletto not on the lead lap, but has gone to the lead of the pack. As he and Lautaro fight to get one of their laps back. Still, a lot of drivers have to complete pit stops here. The only ones that have completed final stops, Derek Colston, Lautaro Lamperti, Octavio Rondoletto, and Alex Crapser. Brandon Yates has also been to pit road again. He can go the distance, but do believe he is out of contention unless something crazy happens. Which, I mean, it is the final race of the season, and they've got less than 100 laps to go. One more green flag stop to make. Oh, holy cow, we almost saw crazy. Bear bumps Octavio coming out of 4. Octavio gets out of shape. As I was saying, potential for something crazy to happen is very high right about now. Matt Bear is really pushing Octavio. Looks like he's almost trying to separate Octavio and Lautaro. Lautaro is getting some help on the high side from Brett Edgar. Jason Seams still lurking there. He is actually giving space. Easy there, King Bear. He is actually giving a little space, seeing what's going on ahead of him, staying in the draft, but giving himself a little time to react. Flying Ryan now up into 7th. Sean Andrews up to 8th. Joe Campbell in 9th and Jared Heasley in 10th. Brent Mekas all alone on the high side has not been able to slot back into that bottom line yet. Matt Bear has managed to push Octavio a little bit away from Jason Seams. Lautaro now separated from Octavio for the moment. Lautaro slid in right behind 4th place John Friley. And before we get to the final round, a full final round of pit stops, we are going to take our final commercial break. Don't go anywhere, folks. When we come back, we're taking you to the finish. All right, folks, we are back, and now it's a mad dash to the finish. Just over 50 laps to go here at Charlotte. Don't forget to go to XCALRacing.com as we're starting to see, it looks like, drivers getting ready for that final stop. Don't forget to go to, holy cow, we are 3 wide up here. Don't forget to go to XCALRacing.com and check out the spooktacular event on Halloween. There is no entry fee and there are cash prizes being given away. Register at XCALRacing.com. While you're there, check out the web shop and all the new gear. We've got A bunch of new Brent Mekas gear. Alex Crapser gear is coming this week. Obviously, King Bear's new championship gear will be out this week as well. And as this race goes on, there is a very high chance that we see some Jason Seams gear after he gets to victory lane. Holy cow, as it gets really dicey in front of him. So let's ask you guys in the comments, how many of you think we are going to see a rookie winner here tonight with Jason Seams? They are still 3 wide back behind Joe Campbell on the bottom. Mekas up top, and wow. Sean Andrews kind of stuck in the middle of that sandwich and having a hard time holding grip with Flying Ryan. Oh! That is 3 J&S cars right there together with Brent Mekas on the high side, Gerald Poole, Jared Easley, Octavio Rondoletto, Albie Hewins, and Jeremy Leto lurking right behind. This has allowed that lead pack to develop a little bit of a breakaway. They've got about 2 seconds on this second pack. The second pack has got to get squared away single file if they want any chance at this one. But that final pit stop could be a huge deciding factor. We already saw Matt Bear have problems during that first stop. Got a speeding penalty, went a lap down. He has fought his way back to the lead lap and back to the lead. But with 50 to go, man, anything could happen here. Flying Ryan gets to the front of that second pack. He is now almost 3 seconds behind Brett Edgar in third. $50 laps to go. Anybody in the comments want to make a prediction how this one's going to come out? Love to hear you guys' thoughts, guesses, whatever on this one. 3 of the cars in that lead pack have completed their final stop. Octavio Rondoletto, Lataro Lamperti, and Alex Crapser. Matt Bear, Jason Seams, Brett Edgar. The top 3 still have to go to pit road for fuel. Matt Bear will be the first one to need fuel. He last pitted on lap 175. At caution on lap 191, he stayed out to get his wave around back to the lead lap. It has obviously paid off, but the fuel strategy is going to play a factor here. Flying Ryan still at the lead of that second pack, but they continue to lose ground to the leaders. Holy cow, Mekas is loose! Gerald Poole's involved. Caution! Our second caution of the night, lap 255. All bets are off now, folks, because everybody's going to pit road. John Friley just pushes up. I think some net code was at play. Gerald Poole nowhere to go. Neither did Jared Heasley. Albie Hewins also catches a piece of this as the chaos erupts in front of him. Oh, Albie, a hard hit to the inside. And let's see. from overhead. Definitely net code at play there in a big way. And what a hard hit for Albie Hewins. Steve Seams thinks Jason Seams is going to pull it off. This is really going to hurt Octavio Rondoletto, Lataro, and Alex Krapser. And what a heartbreak for two of the fastest of the Flaming Karma cars. Jared Heasley and Gerald Poole both involved in that incident. We'll have to see when they come off pit road how much damage they have. It did look like Gerald Poole did lose the front clip. They are still on the lead lap, though, and man, we know how these races at Charlotte end. Jose Godino is the first off pit road. Joe Campbell comes out second. Flying Ryan in third. Brent Meckes in fourth. Sean Andrews in fifth. Jeremy Leto, Jason Seams, Jared Heasley, John Friley, and the Mad Bear round out your top 10. And it looks like Heasley might be okay. Does have a little damage to the right front, and these cars do need the aero to be perfect here. But he's still in the fight. Anything could happen. Right now, it looks like the J&S cars have the advantage. Joe Campbell in second, Flying Ryan in third, Sean Andrews in fifth, Jason Seams in seventh. But Flaming Karma does have the lead with Jose Godino. Jared Heasley still in the fight in eighth. Gerald Poole still on pit road, likely to be there for a while. Thanos' chance for a win tonight just went out the window. And Sean Andrews has started blinking again. He is nope, he's back. Hopefully it smooths out once the green flag drops, or else race control may very well send him to pit road. Seams has dropped to the apron and dropped to the tail. As we get ready to go back to green, it is worth noting the blinking car, you know it's an inconvenience, a car disappearing in front of you. It's very difficult and can cause some major netcode issues. However, the other issue there is when that car is not there, the way the physics are written, if the car's not there, you are not getting the draft or the help off that car. Green flag back in the air. So it is doubly hurtful when the car in front or behind you is blinking. Joe Campbell on the high side, battling with Godino. Flying Ryan right there behind. Jeremy Leto back in the top 5 tonight. Easily in 7th despite being involved in that incident, fighting his way forward on the high side. Sean Andrews still blinking very badly back behind. Don't be surprised to see him hit pit road. Joe Campbell with the push from Brent Meckes. Meckes managed to save it in that incident and is still up here fighting for a win. J&S versus Flaming Karma at the front. Hey, good evening, AJ. I bet I know who you're cheering for, buddy. Steve Seams now saying he thinks Ryan can get it done here tonight. Man, they are just inches apart. And don't forget our champ, Matt Bear, still in the mix in the top 10. What a comeback King Bear has had tonight. Danny, of course, cheering on Joe Campbell. And something I realized a moment ago, because the J&S Racing Ace is getting the team win, Danny Sargent wins a butt kicker. Could that be an addition to her new rig for her entering XCAL competition next season? Danny, you gonna give us a hint here? Now, we can't be at Charlotte. We cannot be having this race without talking about Joe Campbell's season opener win in 2022. He was sitting about 5th place when the white flag came out. A lap car coming off pit road slid up the track in 1 and 2. He barely avoids it. Another incident coming out of turn 2. He hits at full send, keeps going, takes the lead, and with a little push from one of his teammates, pulls off one of the most epic wins we will ever see. Brandon Yates is rolling back out on track. Gerald Poole still sitting on pit road, as is Cristiano Roca. Albie Hewins is officially out of the race. That is heartbreaking for Albie. That does mean Lataro Lamperti will take 10th in points. But it is extremely, extremely heartbreaking for Albie after such an awesome season. He had 4 or 5 rough races through July and August that sent him backwards in the points. Had fought his way back into the top 10. And after last week's race, had secured 10th in points. But now will end up coming home in 11th in points. Still, Albie Hewins' best season in XCAL competition, and something he is really should be extremely proud of. Octavio Rondoletto, the only driver that had completed pit stops before that caution, who managed to stay on, or get back to rather, the lead lap. Alex Krapser and Lamperti, as well as Derek Colson, all 1 lap down. However, the way they are racing right now, there is a very real possibility of another caution before we get to the end of this thing. Joe Campbell and Jose Godino almost causing one there. Jared Easley goes up the middle, 3 wide. Brent Mekas, after that last 3 wide situation, backs out of it. Easley, despite being involved in that incident, on lap 255, has not given up. Brent Mekas manages to get back to 2 wide and is fighting his way back up to Heasley. And how about Jeremy Leto still holding on in the top 5? The rookie Jason Seams still in 7th place. It's a dogfight from here. It is anybody's race. 12 cars still on the lead lap. If the caution were to come out, 3 more cars would be back on the lead lap. 19 cars started this race. Attrition has taken out a few, but man, the ones that are left, they are fighting for every inch of track. It is worth reminding everybody at this... Oh, holy cow! Leto got into Mekas. Mekas saves it. What a save by Brent Mekas. There is Brent Mekas up on the high side, and Jeremy Leto just comes up, sends Mekas into the wall. What a great save. Matt Barron's up stuck in the middle. Brent Mekas has had a rough go since that last caution, or actually, since the last caution, with Mekas got turned due to netcode. Manages to hold on to it. He has saved it about 3 different times tonight. And it looks like Gerald Poole is done for the night. Let's see if we can get a word. Thanos, that was not the way you wanted tonight to end.
No, we had the right car. We had, we were there. Sometimes it sucks, and tonight it sucks, but, we're hanging in there pretty well here. See what we can do, get down to the end.
Well, it looks like Heasley, despite being involved in that incident and a little bit of craziness right now, has gone back to the lead.
Yeah, get the cars lined up and separate the J and S cars and see what we can do.
Well, man, you had an awesome run tonight. Your team is doing an amazing job. Congratulations. The Flaming Karma, obviously, for your first season, has been truly impressive.
Well, I appreciate it, and buddy, I'm proud of everybody we've had in the car this season, all the guys that participated with us, and coming in P2 my rookie year as a team owner is I can take that.
Man, great job. Congratulations. An awesome season, and looking forward to seeing what you guys have for them next year.
Oh, yeah, we're out there beating the bushes a little bit, seeing what we can put together. So it'll be exciting to see what the off-season brings. So I'd like to thank Aaron, like I said, Web Shop Racing Series. Everybody check out the website. Go do some shopping. There's some Thanos gear, some Jose gear, some Lataro gear. And, let's get ready for next year.
All right, man. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you much. Talk to you later.
Gerald Thanos Poole, you can hear the disappointment not making it to the end tonight, but man, his team has put on quite a show, and for a rookie team owner, as he said, they have done amazing. Gotta give a shout out. They pulled a lot of drivers from BRR, and man, the BRR team has done amazing. And it looks like, Gerald, you might have a new driver there. You might want to talk to Thomas Odinson. And it is getting chaotic at the front. Joe Campbell and Jared Easley side by side up front. Jose Godino, Brett Edgar on that second row. The Mad Bear and Flying Ryan on the third row. "24 laps to go," and before all that chaos broke out, I was talking about, it's worth reminding everybody, per XCAL rules, at 10 laps to go, if the caution comes out, there will be no more wave arounds. At 5 laps to go, there will be no more cautions, no matter what happens. However, as we have seen in the past, despite the no cautions rule, that last 5 laps, if you do something stupid, you can be penalized. Everybody's settling down here for the moment, but with 23 laps to go, when do we see everybody go back on the attack? "22 laps to go, folks. Drop in the comments. Let me know who you think's going to win. As it looks like Octavio is going to make the move on the high side. Sean Andrews has gotten the blinking problem under control. Good thing in the middle, 3 wide. Jeremy Leto on the bottom, Sean Andrews in the middle, Octavio. Oh! Sean disappeared. That is not a good sign. Octavio now tries to get the nose in on the high side of the Mad Bear. Heasley and Campbell still side by side at the front. Thomas, you could have, if somebody in that last 5 laps, let's say, intentionally wrecks another driver or causes the big one, they could be penalized for it. And this late in the final race of the season, I'm guessing it would be a monetary penalty. As Joe Campbell gets the car ahead, Heasley gets the nose back in, pulls even through 4. Remember, Heasley has minor damage on the right front. Does Joe Campbell have enough to clear him? They almost touch in 1 and 2. We've got a wreck behind. And caution is back out on lap 205. Or I'm sorry, 285. Only our 3rd caution in 280 laps. Let's see what happened. Jeremy Leto down on the bottom, drifts up, comes across Jason Seams' nose. Jason manages to get it woed up and rolling again. Brent Meckes. Watch how close Brent Meckes is going to get to Jason Seams here. Sean Andrews ends up in the wall. Seems some heavy damage to the right front. Derek Colson barely missing Jason. And Brent Meckes a close call too. Wow. Octavio Rondoletto and Sean Andrews, Brent Meckes all headed to pit road. Jared Heasley has the lead for the moment. Jared Heasley obviously not happy with this caution. This is going to tighten things up as Joe Campbell coming to... No, he fakes. I know that's the first time this race we have seen somebody fake to pit road. I honestly don't remember if we have seen anybody try that move all season. Jason Seams is back on track. Does look like the right front is crumpled a little bit, but the rookie is still on the lead lap, still in the top 10, and still in the fight. Jared Easley, Joe Campbell, Jose Godino, Brett Edgar, and Flying Ryan, your top 5. King Bear, John Friley, Jeremy Leto, Octavio Rondoletto, and J-Dog Seams round out your top 10. Sean Andrews, Brent Mackus, Alex Krapser, Lataro Lamperti, and now Derek Colson, all back on the lead lap. 15 cars. On the lead lap as they stack back up for what will likely be the final restart of the season. It's worth noting that the opening race of 2022 here at Charlotte is when I started having voice issues. This is shaping up to be another exciting one, another exciting finish, and it's probably a good thing I don't have another broadcast until Sunday, because I have a feeling it's about to get wild here at Charlotte. Gerald Poole obviously frustrated. He is not in the fight. Can Joe Campbell pull off another win here at Charlotte? Or can Jared Heasley get his first ever XCAL win? Or will Jason Seams come from 10th to become the second rookie winner in XCAL history? Here we go. Green flag back in the air. 14 to go at the line. Heasley a little bit ahead with the push from his teammate through 1 and 2. Joe on the high side has help from Brett Edgar. Jason Seams in the middle, 3 wide as he tries to come forward again with Brent Makis beside. Octavio Rondoletto, all Sean is blinking again. The top 9 all within a pack. Brent Makis not far behind. About 3/4 of a second back is that second pack. Jared Heasley side by side. Joe Campbell is pulled back even. Oh, Jose is loose. Oh, what a save. I sincerely hope Jose wore the brown pants today. Hey, Brad, how are you, buddy? Great to see you, and yes, you definitely just caught the best. As Brett Edgar pulls even, Joe Campbell has slipped back. Joe slips back to about 8th. Now Edgar side by side with Heasley. A little snaking out of turn 2 on the bottom, as it looks like Lataro jumps to the high side. And the Mad Bear is now side by side for second. Brett Edgar goes to the lead. John Friley has had a problem back behind. No caution. 10 laps to go. There will be no more wave rounds. What happened with Friley? Down the backstretch. Oh, holy cow. Looked like he went to move down and there wasn't any room. Brett Edgar now in the lead, but King Bear on the high side trying to cap his championship with a win. The Mad Bear now to the lead with the push from Joe Campbell. Brett Edgar has help from behind from Heasley and Godino. Lataro also on the move, as is Octavio Rondoletto. Brett Edgar with the nose ahead, coming out of turn 4. He tut. They bang doors out of 4. Three cars, it looks like, off the back. Brent Mecca, Sean Andrews, and unfortunately Jason Seams no longer in the lead pack. Still, Jason Seams, the rookie, has got to be happy with his performance tonight. He has led the most laps. Was extremely fast all night long. If he hadn't been caught in that last caution, you can bet Jason would be up here in this fight right now. Out of turn 2, down the back straightaway one more time. Side by side, back across the start-finish line. Next time by, they will hear green, green, green. There will be no more cautions. Will they make it back to the start-finish line? Joe is bumping the Mad Bear really hard, trying to push him out of 2. But Heasley gives Brett Edgar a big push. Lataro and Octavio making the move up the high side. And here they go. No, they're wrecking. The Mad Bear's in the wall. Heasley's in the grass. They were across the line. No caution. Brett Edgar has a 2.5 second lead over Lataro. Octavio. Brent Mekas manages to avoid it, along with Sean Andrews and Jason Seams. Edgar now has a 5 second lead. Let's see if we can make some sense of what the heck just happened. Out of turn 4, they were 3 wide, and it looks like the bump draft to Brett Edgar went wrong, and look at all the rally driving through the infield. Several cars, including the points leader, caught up in that. He had already locked up the championship coming into the night. Brett Edgar now has a 4.8 second lead over Sean Andrews. Brim Mekas now in 3rd. Jason Seams back in 4th, and Flying Ryan in 5th. Brett Edgar has never won a Web Shop Series race. He has won a few Monday Night Dash Series races. Now he's having to navigate slow lap cars with 2 laps to go. His lead is 4.25 seconds, but Sean Andrews has help. Is it enough help to close the distance? Unlikely. And you see some of them, like Octavio, limping it around here. Joe Campbell has gone to pit road. Brett Edgar sees the white flag one more time around. He has a 3.9 second lead. Jose Godino moves up the track. Sean Andrews, Brent Mekas, Jason Seams still closing in. But it will not be enough. Brett Edgar comes out of turn 4 and he is going to win his first ever XCAL Tuesday night event at Charlotte. Sean Andrews comes home in second. Brent Mekas in third. Jason Seams pulls off fourth. Flying Ryan comes home in fifth. What a finish! And that incident at 5 to go. Holy cow. Coming to 5 to go. Right as they get in there, it looked like Jose may have actually moved and came across Heasley's nose. Chaos erupts behind. Brett Edgar, though, out front, manages to stay out front. He clears traffic. And what about the rookie? Jason Seams, who led the most laps tonight, was extraordinarily fast, got caught up in the last caution, damage to the right front, lost the lead pack, and it paid off. When that big caution, or when that big incident broke out at 5 to go, Brent Mekas and Sean Andrews skate by. Flying Ryan also coming home in fifth. What a night. Let's start talking to our top three, starting with Brent Mekas. Brent, man, what a finish, buddy.
Hey, Dougie, what's up? Wow. How about Brett?
How about, man?
That's freaking awesome. He's like our restrictor plate ace.
Definitely appears to be, man. What a run you had, though, to come home in third place when after that last caution you guys lost the draft coming down to 5 to go.
Yeah, my car was hurt. I couldn't stay with the draft. I had just enough damage that I couldn't get it repaired and just wasn't able to keep up. And not a victim of circumstance this time. At least I got to reap the benefits of some errors up front. It was a fun race though at the end. I tell you what, Dougie. I mean, last race of the season, longest race of the season. Those last 40, 50 laps, I think, really showed everybody, what kind of XCAL is and how we can run 3 wide and, people pushing it. And it was a good time.
It definitely was, man. What an impressive podium finish. What a great comeback, man. Congratulations, and what an awesome season you've had as well.
Yeah, it was a great season. Good way to end it. Teammate Brett Edgar won it. I finished third. 1-3 for Cooler Guys. Just means we're going to be even more better next year. All right, Dougie, thank you for everything you did all this year. The progress have been awesome. Thank you.
All right, man. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.
Brent Mekas comes home in third. Sean Andrews comes home in second. Sean, a wild finish. Obviously, still having the internet problems, but it seemed to pay off for once.
Yeah, I guess the sun's got to shine on the dog's ass once in a while.
That is definitely the case, and the sun definitely shined for you tonight, buddy. Man, it was a wild one. You had the problem that after that last restart, you had to drop to the back there, and man, it worked out for you.
Yeah, I chose to duck out because I heard I was blinking, and then I just blended in with the back, and then my teammate said, "Hey, you look good," so I said, "Okay, here we go."
Well, man, a great job, a great finish tonight. Congratulations. Anybody you'd like to thank, man?
Yeah, JNS Racing, Flaming Carbon Paint Shop, Simbox Racing, and I want to say hi to my mom and thanks to my wife.
Well, great job tonight, man. Go celebrate. You definitely earned one tonight.
Thank you.
Sean Andrews comes home in second, but I'm double checking the numbers, but I do believe this is Brett Edgar's first win in XCAL Tuesday night competition. He has won countless Monday Night Dash series, but let's see if we can get a word with him. Hey, Brett, it's Doug. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, I was checking the numbers, and I do believe this is your first Tuesday night win, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it is. I came so close last time at Michigan, I had to make sure I finish it off this time.
Well, you definitely got it done tonight, man. When you saw the chaos with 5 to go break out behind you, was that a big sigh of relief?
Yeah, as soon as I felt it and saw everybody just absolutely leave my rearview mirror, I was like, oh, thank God.
Oh, man, it definitely went in your favor. That group was starting to close, but they just did not have enough time. And, man, you definitely fought for this one tonight. You were up there in the top 5 pretty much all night.
Yeah, my strategy of always following Matt seems to pay out, so.
Well, he gets the championship and you get the win, man. A great job, great win tonight. Anybody you'd like to thank tonight, buddy?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Joe for being an asshat.
Anybody? Well, great job. Congratulations on the win. It's not often that an interview leaves me speechless. Great one, buddy.
Thank you, Doug.
Brett Edgar gets the win, and let's see if we can get a quick word with the new champ. King Bear, you had one heck of a night. What a race you had.
Yeah, that was a little bit interesting there, Doug. I caught myself with a penalty there at the first pit stop and had to try to fight my way back in. I knew we'd get a caution at some point, and then had to hope to get another caution to get on the fuel strategy that everybody else was on. It's unfortunate what happened right there at the end. It was some fun racing. Probably would have had the run to beat whoever was on the bottom. Joe was pushing me really hard. Too bad he's a whiny baby and can't take a defeat like a man. But what can you do when you're not the king? Yeah, I mean, overall, good night, good fun race. I got to thank Butt Kicker, Simcoin Racer, How to Suck at iRacing, XCAL Web Shop, everybody that helps put this on every week. It's been a long journey to start first week in January, and now we're finally wrapping it up. But I am better than you, and you know it, Joe. And no matter if and or what, I'm the king, and you can't take that away from me.
Well, great job tonight, and overall, an awesome, awesome season. Congratulations, Matt.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
One final interview. Hey, just took off. I was going to try and get a word with Jason Seams. He has took off, but congratulations to both the Seamses coming back for a top 5 tonight. Congratulations to all the drivers on an awesome season. All the teams did an amazing job, and we have a lot to look forward to going into next year. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. There are more broadcasts, more fun, a lot more coming You're not going to want to miss out on any of it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope you guys had as much fun as we did. Have a great night, everybody.